Waking up early has always seemed like an impossible dream for many of us. The allure of the snooze button, the comfort of warm blankets, and the quiet darkness before dawn all conspire to keep us in bed just a little longer. For years, I was a serial snoozer, perpetually running late and feeling groggy well into the morning. But everything changed when I discovered a handful of simple, low-tech habits that transformed my mornings, and ultimately, my entire day. These 7 habits don't require fancy gadgets or complicated routines. They're small, intentional tweaks that anyone can make, and they turned me from a reluctant riser into someone who genuinely looks forward to sunrise. The first habit is all about consistency. I started by setting a fixed wake-up time, even on weekends. At first it felt restrictive, but I soon realized that our bodies thrive on routine. By waking up at the same time every day, my internal clock began to reset. It became easier to fall asleep at night, and over time, my body naturally began to wake up just before my alarm. The predictability of a set wake-up time not only improved my sleep quality, but also made mornings less jarring. No more confusion about what time to get up, or the temptation to sleep in just this once. Consistency became the foundation of my new morning mindset. The second habit was to move my alarm clock across the room. This tiny act forced me to physically get out of bed to turn it off. It sounds almost too simple to be effective, but it worked wonders. The moment my feet touched the floor, the hardest part was over. I was already up, and the inertia of sleepiness began to fade. Over time, I stopped associating my bed with endless snoozing and started seeing it as a place for restful sleep and intentional waking. The act of walking across the room became a small victory that set a positive tone for the rest of my morning. Next, I embraced the power of natural light. As soon as I turned off my alarm, I opened my curtains or blinds to let in the early morning sun. Exposure to natural light signals to our brains that it's time to be awake. It helps regulate our circadian rhythms and boosts our mood by increasing serotonin levels. Even on cloudy days, the ambient light made a noticeable difference. When sunrise came before my alarm, I sometimes left the blinds slightly open so the room would gradually brighten, making waking up feel more gentle and natural. This simple tweak helped me feel more alert and energized, even before my first cup of coffee. The fourth habit was to create a morning ritual that I genuinely enjoyed. For me, it started with me drinking a large glass of water and then brewing a cup of coffee and sitting quietly for a few minutes, savoring the warmth and aroma. Some mornings, I'd read a few pages of a book or jot down thoughts in a journal. The key was to make this ritual something I looked forward to, not just another task to check off. Over time, this small pleasure became a powerful incentive to get out of bed. Instead of dreading the morning, I began to anticipate these quiet, peaceful moments. My ritual became a reward, a gentle nudge to greet the day with a sense of purpose and calm. The fifth habit involved preparing for the morning the night before. I started by laying out my clothes, prepping breakfast, and making a to-do list for the day ahead. This simple act of preparation reduced decision fatigue and made my mornings feel smoother and less chaotic. I no longer scrambled to find something to wear or wondered what to eat. Instead, I woke up to a sense of order and readiness. The mental clarity that came from having a plan in place helped me start the day with confidence and focus. It was a small investment of time in the evening that paid huge dividends in the morning. The sixth habit was to avoid screens for the first 30 minutes after waking up. It's tempting to reach for a phone or tablet the moment we open our eyes, but the barrage of notifications, emails, and social media can be overwhelming. Instead, I gave myself a buffer period to wake up naturally and mindfully. During this time, I focused on stretching, hydrating, and enjoying my morning ritual. This digital detox helped me feel more present and less reactive. It allowed me to start the day on my own terms, rather than being immediately pulled into the demands of the outside world. Finally, I made movement a non-negotiable part of my morning. This didn't mean a full workout. Sometimes it was just a few minutes of stretching, a short walk outside, or some light yoga. Moving my body helped shake off any lingering sleepiness and boosted my energy levels. It also gave me a sense of accomplishment before the day had even really begun. The act of moving, no matter how gentle, signaled to my brain that it was time to be awake and engaged. Over time, this habit became a cornerstone of my mornings, setting a positive and proactive tone for the hours ahead. These 7 habits, though simple, have had a profound impact on my mornings and my overall well-being. They didn't require expensive gadgets or complicated routines, just a willingness to make small, intentional changes. By setting a consistent wake-up time, moving my alarm across the room, embracing natural light, creating a morning ritual, preparing the night before, avoiding screens, and incorporating movement, I transformed my relationship with mornings. I went from dreading the sound of my alarm to genuinely looking forward to the promise of a new day. The journey from serial snoozer to early riser wasn't instantaneous. There were setbacks and sleepy mornings along the way. But with patience and persistence, these small, low-tech tweaks became ingrained habits. They helped me reclaim my mornings, giving me more time, energy, and clarity to pursue what matters most. If you're looking to become someone who looks forward to sunrise, start with 1 or 2 of these habits. Experiment, adjust, and find what works for you. The power of small changes can be truly transformative, turning even the most reluctant riser into a morning person, one sunrise at a time.